How do you like your new home?
Yeah, it's a dream come true. I think this is something you think about for a very long time. There's a lot of work that went into this, but I think most importantly is none of this happens without our athletes, and that's the absolute truth. Is what they did, last year on the field and continued on a daily basis. None of this gets built without them, and this is it's an absolute dream come true. Something that we've talked about for a long time, and it's going to be absolutely pivotal and game changing in our program.
You feel the energy already. The guys are hyped. You're hyped. I mean, just what's the energy level like so far?
It's impossible to walk in this room and not get excited, right? I think that's the idea of it. Is we wanted to create an atmosphere where our guys could come in, and it was a motivation to learn and want to do these things. And this has been it's going to be an incredible avenue for that.
What kind of input?
I might you up real quick.
So sure.
What kind of input did you have into the process of creating this space?
Yeah, it was absolutely a team effort, and so many relationships and people went into the designing and implementation. But I say, like, this is something that for us, we take pride in a lot of the details in what we do. And the company that made all this equipment, I'm not sure how big of fans they are of mine, says these are the most customized racks they've ever had to design, because as you guys see, the nuances of every piece of equipment here it's tailored specifically to us. It's how we train. It's got pieces of our culture and some of the cultural things we talk about every day in our program. So it is as customized as possible. But I tell you, a lot of hours of conversations went into getting this where it is. But it's a special thing for our guys for sure.
You guys were obviously in the indoor facility most of the summer. How do the guys deal with that, and does it make this moment even sweeter for them?
I think so. I think, number one is we have unbelievable athletes, and they've been that way since the day we've gotten here. It's why we've been able to have the success we've had so fast. Nobody batted an eye this summer. I can honestly say that. It was just another place to do the work that had to be done. Now, is this great? Yeah, but I can remember one of the first meetings, the architect said, hey, Coach Sleeve, what do you need in this weight room? And I said, well, that's kind of a loaded question. Need or want? Because for us and for our guys, you give us a barbell and some weights, we'll find a way to get the job done that we have to get done. What do we want to optimally train and create an edge? These are those things. But for us, I think this is just to me, it's a reward for these guys for the work that they've put in. But for us, like I said, you put us in a garage and give us some bumpers and some barbells, we're going to find a way to get done. That's just the gritty kind of guys that we have in this program. But nonetheless, it's always nice to be able to look over there and see that.
What can you do in this room that you couldn't do for your renovation?
So I think the biggest thing with the equipment is just the efficiency of it, right? The space of the actual room didn't change much, but as you guys noticed, the layout is totally different over there in what we have. So more or less, we now have 24 racks. We used to really only have 12. So from an efficiency standpoint and from a specificity of training standpoint, we now have, if you kind of notice, the back 8 racks are much different than the middle 16. They're designed for specificity training for different things, especially offensive linemen and different kind of movements, and those are built in a totally different way than the other 16 are. So I would say from a time, if you look at the racks, a guy is able to get through an entire lift without ever having to leave his rack, whereas before he would have to press here, run over here, row there, go over here, do this core movement there. It's now can all be done right at their racks. So just from a standpoint of time is our most valuable asset, and we got a whole heck of a lot of it back by having this facility.
The little screen that's on each squat rack, how do you guys use those and what are they for?
Yeah, so each rack is outputted with, it's called Elite Form. And so what this piece of equipment is it measures every, more or less the speed of every bar, how fast does it move. So for us, it's how we program every lift. So for example, in season, the central nervous system can adjust by almost 18% on any given day. So if you just put, for example, a load of 80% of a 1 rep max for a guy on the bar, well, one day that might be 80%, but one day it might be 62%, and one day it might be 98% based off just what stressors they have in their lives. So this helps what we call, it's called auto-regulation. So more or less, instead of programming with percentages, we program with velocities. And so everything is dictated off the speed of the bar. That gives them that immediate output. It records every single rep. It counts the rep. It tells them how much weight they have to put on the bar, how many reps they have, and then it visibly records it. So I can go back, I can pull the rep up, and I can literally bring the athlete over and say, look at this, look at your technique, look at your right foot, look at your left knee shift in. So that's a critical piece of equipment as well.